Yeah, we had to bring in the big guns here because iterations 1 and 2 of flights, I really didn't have any competition. It's kind of gotten boring for me.
Wow.
So
Wow, Dev and
for-
Seth are just like locking and loaded right now.
Dev will admit it. Anyways, we brought in the big guns here because anyone that follows Jessi Pierce or Nick Lewis knows that they know what's going on with the state fair. Nick Lewis, I mean, tell us, man, are you planning on doing another article this year for your like new top 37, or are we just going off last year?
You know, it's possible. I actually thought because we drank almost 37 beers last time we were at the fair. So I thought about just doing an article of top 37 beers. The problem is I don't necessarily remember all 37 of them.
They're all on Twitter, though. I mean,
They
everyone.
are.
That's the thing. The fans have commented, right? Your Twitter followers all commented in all the pictures, myself included, Hoppy included, that you literally don't even have to think. You just have to copy and paste.
It really is. The article is written for me. I just have to do it. So I really should. But I mean, then it's not. Then I have 2 of them out there. That's just too much work. I'm kind of lazy too, so I'll just tweet more next time I'm there, and it works the same. And then next year you'll see my tweets in a blog form. That'll be the 2023 list.
God, Jack must have gone soft if he's not gun to the head making you write this stuff.
No, I mean they can try. That's fine.
Oh, and then Jessi, what's your fair experience like this year? Now that you not only have the hockey stuff with Bar Down Beauties, but now Vikings expert.
Dude, Vikings expert, that is not at all an appropriate title. For me, it was a tough act to follow yesterday. We were on the big stage behind a seniors rock group, which had everybody moving, a bunch of 80-year-olds up there singing. I'm not lying. It really was a hard act. Like everybody left as soon as they were done. And then we had like 3 people show up to talk Vikings, which was always great. No, I mean, Friday was like my day to experience it. As I was telling you guys before we hit record, I just really go for the beer, right? Like I'm there for the beer. It just seems to go a lot quicker to get my beers that I want. It's hot. That's what I need to cool down. But then I got some food in me as well, keep it balanced, keep it safe. And then, as when I'm doing shows, it feels like work, like everything, right? Like it's just not as enjoyable. Not to say I didn't have a beer. I still had a beer. It just not the 13 that maybe I had the previous day.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And Isha, I know you've put in all of the homework possible. You've been buying subscriptions to new articles, doing the top 100 lists,
talking to so many people.
No stress whatsoever. So being that you, as you've put it, are most disadvantaged in this draft, I'm letting you pick the draft order again.
Whoa.
I hate that you do this because me picking first, I just seem like an asshole. So I'm not going to do that.
That's the smart move that you should do.
No, well, I said right before we started recording, we'll go in the order of who's the most hungover. And I had a few beers last night on my fight stream. So I'm not doing too well either. But Nick, I mean, I can just see it in your eyes right now. I feel like you take the number 1 spot there. So we'll go Nick, myself, and I mean, Jessi's tired. So we'll let Jessi and Hoppy will go last.
Fine.
I'm sure I'll always go last. That's okay.
Yes. Every time that I pick, Hoppy will go last.
That's fine. That's good. New introduction to everyone, and everyone just assumes I'm hungover all the time, and all I do is drink, and they're not exactly wrong, but that's all right. All right, so I'm going number 1, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, with the number 1 pick, I am going with the number 1 item on my food list, which is the giant egg roll on a stick.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like it. Where do you get that?
I think it's Cuvette or something like that.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that pronunciation, but it's kind of near the food building. They also have coffee, which is very, very good, but the egg roll is outstanding. So that's what I'm going number 1.
I like it.
I'm just looking at the article with
that was
top
number
100.
It
well,
was.
I don't want to get it. It's number 1. It's number 1 on Nick's 37.
So I'd be a liar if I didn't pick it number 1. So even though it might move into 2023, it's possible.
It was a year ago.
I know. Yeah, we'll see. It's still very good, but there's some other things too. So we'll see what everyone else picks and if I get sniped.
All right. So everyone's saying, everybody has said there's a clear number 1 pick. Isha, if it's not on the board, you have to take it. I said I made 2 lists here going into today's. One, catering to the fans, because I've never been to the state fair. Everyone knows, from Canada. I hope to get there, next year. But I could cater to the fans, or I could go with, what I actually think would be the best. So I'm going with that. I'm not going with those fucking cookies. I hate chocolate chip cookies anyways. So we're going with my number one pick, the cheese curds tacos, voted best by all major fancy food critics. There we go.
Those are brand new this year.
They're brand new this year.
Oh, I had them at the Beer Dabbler this winter, and it was...
Yeah, all the fancy food critics are like, this is not only the best thing I've ever eaten at the state fair, but like at any state fair across the USA. So
the line has been insane, and they like take cash before. Like the 2 days that I've gone, I want it. That's like top of the list. I'm like, I can't just stand in that for a half hour. Like I just, I'm not doing it. I'm moving on, and I keep hoping. So maybe one day. Yeah,
see, this makes sense that the guy that hasn't been there and hasn't tried them would go with those number one, because none of us are going to go for it because we don't know if they're any good yet. But
right.
You don't know if any of it's any good. So what does it matter?
So true. That's so true.
Hey, Food Network has the number one. Let's go. All right, Jessi, you're next.
I mean, I don't know if this is a cop-out, so if I can do it, but I have to go with cheese curds, but the mouth trap cheese curds. You cannot get any other cheese curd. It just does not compare. It has to be the mouth trap cheese curds. Every time it's amazing. So salty, so greasy, so freaking good. It pairs well with every beer that you might get there. So it's similar to yours, yet different, because mouthtrap cheese curds has my hearts forever.
Nope. That is my personal 101 pick for sure. The cheese curds there are unmatched.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, for me, the other personal favorite that probably will tear people, because some people aren't into pickles, but the fried pickles, I'm sorry, just elite.
Oh, elite. Not a fan, Nick?
No.
Oh, so good.
My wife loves them, but good for you.
I don't know. You established yesterday that she's definitely the smarter one, so
she is.
Good pick by me. Good pick by
generally
me.
how that all works out, guys. Let's be honest.
She is. So pick is fine, but it's wrong. It's fine.
Funny how in the Midwest, your guys' deep fried pickles are flat, where ours are like they're cut into long pieces up here. Yes, spears.
Some people do that down here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some even up. I see that a lot up north. Is like the spears, and those are better. I do kind of like those better. It tastes different.
I heard at the fair they have like a full pickle that's deep fried.
Oh yes,
like that could be.
That's aggressive.
No, that's I'm totally down for that. I love that shit. I'm one of those who's like a savage who grabs a whole cucumber and like some salt and pepper, and I just like munch on that shit.
You know, cucumber's way different than a pickle, right?
No, I'm saying give me that big sucker and I'll snack on it.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. There's so many ways that could go.
There's Hoppy's next clip. There's Hoppy's next clip. I teed it up for all the fans too.
Oh man. All right. Number 2, I have to take it because otherwise someone's gonna steamroll when they do. It's got to be Sweet Martha's cookies. I mean, sorry.
That's fair.
Should have been a first round pick, but we'll take it in the second.
There you go. That's fair. All right. I don't hate it. I'm actually I'm gonna. This is polarizing. I don't love the Sweet Martha's cookies that much either. Not as much as that. Like, well, I only like them when they're hot. Like, so getting the big ass bucket to take home, I don't need to do that. Yes. I saw a dude so I take the bus, right? Because I save a buck or two. This dude had 2 bags full of just buckets of Sweet Martha. I'm like, what are you doing with all of these? Like,
see, I agree entirely, Jessi. But for me, it's then the challenge. Like, okay, can we finish this bucket fast enough? Let's go.
I mean, this is true too.
If they're fresh, like it's easy.
Yeah, if they're fresh. See, the game, we never buy them. The game I play with my wife is we'll just see who can get free cookies the most. So we'll just walk in like, hey, can I have cookies?
That's the smart way. For
Dude,
sure.
I love that.
That sounds fun.
Right. Not surprising. Everyone thinks I'm creepy and tells me to leave while they give her cookies. So he wins again.
Sounds about right. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, to follow that up.
Picturing Nick running around the fair asking people
for a cookie.
I feel like you wouldn't even have to ask. You could probably just grab one off the top, right? They're always falling out anyway. Like maybe try that move, just kind of sneak a little.
Just kind of bump them and then it'll fall right into your hand.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Oh man, I mean, why not? I'll just tackle and run.
It's like old pickpocketer methods. You give them the old bump and it falls right out.
Yeah. I once dated a guy who I don't know why he did it. Nobody even bet him to do it, but he just did it. We were out to having some drinks and he was in a wheelchair. So he literally rolls up to this table and he starts a conversation and then just starts eating their fries and like eating their appetizer food. And I was like, what did you just do? He's like, I just wanted to see if I could. And I was like, oh my God. Super bizarre, but hilarious. Respect. Exactly.
That's awesome.
With my number 2, I am going to go with the corn on the cob, but I'm specific about my corn on the cob. It's not the roasted corn. The roasted corn's good. Don't get me wrong. There is a corn in the food building right as you enter, right next to the gopher stage. It has a spicy mayo and this elote, and it just adds all this extra flavor. It's still a roasted corn cob, but it is so good. And I feel like it's a little hidden gem. Like nobody really knows about. Everybody goes to the main corn. But that is my number 2. Again, a personal favorite, but I highly recommend it to everybody to go try as well.
Interesting.
Nothing. You guys got nothing for me.
I haven't had it. It's a hidden gem, like you said. Like I was actually, like
I'm just taking it all in.
The normal corn on the cob is a great pick, and then you had that curveball, kind of like on our first one. We were doing potential sponsors for the Wild, and Nisha's like, "Oh, this is such an easy layup." That they're, now that you can sell gummies in Minnesota, starts going down that path, and he's like, Leaf Line, and like, I'm pretty sure Seth and Dev both went cross-eyed when it wasn't cultivated CBD. Yeah. And that's just what my brain's processing right now. I'm like, food building, elote, spicy man. Okay, it's probably good. I have to try it.
You're welcome.
Well, they do a lot of other stuff too. The food critics like them. Let's just say that for more than just the corn. But I won't show my cards next. All right, my pick is the breakfast gnocchi from the Blue Barn. I'm a sucker for anything with balsamic glaze, and again, it looks a little fancy, but I don't know. It's something that I've never even heard of. We talked on the last draft about the potato draft, and gnocchi was a huge hit. So when I saw the breakfast gnocchi, I mean, it just
huge hit that no one picked.
Yeah,
it was on my list. I'll be fair, because that was on my to eat list because it's the new food for the year. I love everything the Blue Barn does. Big fan. A bed of
potato gnocchi topped with scrambled eggs, bacon, pesto, cream, shallots, and balsamic glaze.
Okay then.
All right.
So good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You are right. The Blue Barn is very good. I might go Blue Barn on this one because the Nashville hot chicken is really
good.
No,
that was my third.
I'm not gonna, because we don't have a beer on the board yet. So I am going with the Liftbridge mini donut beer.
Nice.
There you go.
Because that's the most fun beer at the fair. There's a lot of good beers, don't get me wrong. I just think that is the one that is the most fun and the one that people should try. It needs a sugar rim for it to really come through, but it is fantastic. Let's see, we're snaking here, aren't we? So I get another pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Nashville. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go with the Gizmo sandwich.
Damn it. That was my next.
That thing is phenomenal. Maybe one of the best things at the fair, especially if you actually want something that is going to fill you up a little bit. That thing is fantastic. So I'll go mini donut into the Gizmo sandwich.
Nice.
That's conflicting for me, man. Like, because it looks incredible and I'm absolutely going to try it, but I don't want to be filled up. That's just less other things that I can go eat.
So true.
Luckily, you have to walk a long way to get it. So by the time you get back to, like, say, the Midway Men's Club for your $4 beer, you're hungry again.
Yes, true.
What I've heard about, here in Vancouver, and they have like a night market in the summer, which it's pretty much just like the food part of a fair. It's just a massive, massive grounds of just all different kinds of international food. And the thing is, you can go there, buy one thing, and then you're done for the evening, right? So our thing is you go there with as many people as you can. You just put a bunch of cash in the pool or grab one person's credit card and, you pay them all back. And we just split everything. And so I went there a couple weeks ago, and that was the thing. Like, we tried maybe like 30 dishes. And I was so glad that I didn't overindulge in the first two. So anyways, that's just my little trick now going to these things, because I always do that. I always get so hyped over the first two things, and I'm like, damn it, I brought all this money and I can't fit anything else in there.
I like it.
That is the way to do it. That's my group does the same thing. We split basically everything. So when I have 55 different beers posted on my timeline, I didn't drink all 55. I drank most
50.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's the only way to do it.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna go with my first beer on the list. Gotta go with, and this is serving to our friends of the show, Tim Tupi of Mankato Brewery.
Nice.
We're going with the Caked Up by Mankato Brewery at the Hangar. Let's fucking go.
Yes, I had that one. That was a good. I had that. It was delightful. Yeah, the Hangar's another great beer spot. Good breakfast start. That's great. 8 a.m. Kick it off. Hangar.
Well,
nope,
Tim,
we're not all on that level.
Isha was just complaining that it's 10 a.m., so he's not going to have any beer.
Okay, well, this is podcast
Jessi
recording.
Just putting him down.
This isn't like going hard at the fair, okay? Two different scenarios here. But yeah, shout out Tim Tupi and Mankato Brewing. Excellent beers, excellent people up there. Huge friend of the show.
That's like 5 minutes from my house.
Nice.
Lucky you.
Since we're sticking with the beers, I'm going to go with, it's a newbie this year. And actually, I don't know that it was ever talked about because I was surprised when I happened upon it at O'Gara's at approximately 8:01. The Tootsie Hop. It is so freaking good, you guys. It tastes like a Tootsie Pop. They cleverly renamed it a Tootsie Hop. It's like a raspberry chocolate ale. I have had it consecutive days. I have had multiple because it is one of my absolute favorite at a reasonable $8 too. So the money is also coming into play. Highly recommend that one. Not too sweet, not too like it hits right. It hits right.
So like what is it? Is it more like a
it's
sour?
Not a,
is it more like a stout? Like
it's more
neither?
of it's not a seltzer, not a sour. I love me a sour. You'll win me over with a sour every day. It's like an ale, but it's still very light. Like it's a lighter. It still tastes lighter beer. Like it's red in color, but you can taste the darker chocolate ale in there. It's just
like some small hints, kind of like a coffee ale where it's not like overpowering, but that will...
Yeah. You can taste the flavor. Like it literally tastes like a Tootsie Pop. It's good. I enjoy it. A cherry Tootsie Pop of all things. So yeah, I recommend that one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
On the list. Where'd you get that one?
O'Gara's.
Mm-hmm. On the list. Here we go.
Love it. There you go.
I'm a little surprised this is still on the board. This is one of my favorite delicacies of the fair. We have big fat bacon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Just a big old thick cut, like almost candied bacon on a stick. Oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Canadian bacon shit.
You keep saying that.
No,
it's terrible though. I mean, it's not good.
Like it's funny that it's just funny that like that's the term for that piece of meat in the United States, but for us, like we don't even call it bacon. We just call it ham.
If you want to be bougie up in Canada, you have like a ham sandwich.
Oh, funny.
That's why Johnny Gaudreau fit in so well with Calgary.
There you go.
R.I.P. in peace. So I got a couple of different directions I'm considering here for my final pick on the turn. I've got a good beer, but I feel like nobody knows what it is. But I do also kind of want to spread awareness to it.
That's what I do with the Tootsie Hop. You got to go for it.
All right. Well, I've had this at past fairs, and I can tell you that it is the best beer that I've had at the state fair. It is by the good folks of Excelsior Brewing, and it is the Maple Bacon Brown Ale. Holy shit, is it delightful.
Is that at the hangar too?
No, that one, I think that's at like Campfire or something.
Giggles,
yeah. That one.
Some Giggles.
Maple bacon beer. That sounds good. That sounds
It's so good.
Never had anything with bacon yet. I've had some pickle beers.
Well,
I've had some weird stuff, but
sounds right. Yeah,
it's definitely not a Maple Canadian Bacon Brown Ale. I promise you, folks.
Oh my God.
You walk up and there's just like little ham cubes sitting at the top to garnish.
Horrendous.
No, that sounds awful. not in any way good.
Now,
this is why Canada doesn't have like the fair thing down.
Now imagine a slice of bacon sitting in that beer.
There you go. A big bacon.
That sounds a lot better than Canadian bacon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So
this is my favorite then, or like my last one, excuse me.
Yep.
Well, because I don't want Nick to come in and grab it with his pick, I'm going with the Nashville hot chicken on a stick. That is one, when it was new a couple years ago, I did wait in line because I was so freaking excited and it lived up to every single expectation. Love me the Nashville hot chicken on a stick. Get it, delicious.
I will say it is also much better when you order it without the pickles because pickles are disgusting.
You are leave, sir.
All right.
It's aggressive.
Pickles are secretly the greatest enhancer for pizza.
Why are you going to go ruin it?
So they have that this year. You know, they have pickle pizza at the fair this year. But I recommend, this is my little insider tip. So I live up in White Bear Lake, Matamidi area. And in Matamidi, there's this pizza place called QC Pizza. I think they have one in Minneapolis now. But they have always made the big dill pizza. And here, I'll give a shout out to Isha because they do add a Canadian bacon onto this pickle pizza. But no, I hate Canadian bacon. Whatever they do to this Canadian bacon, it just works. It all works so well. recommend that. Save your time, because that was another huge ass line at the fair this year.
See, I'd be curious because I've never had just a plain pickle pizza, but like when you add pickles to a bacon cheeseburger pizza,
that's okay.
Shit,
that's okay because it's part of the whole equation. But like, I don't know, we're getting.
I said it was
crazy.
An enhancer, not a highlighted topping.
Yeah, well then Jessi went fucking full heel and was like, "No, I want a giant full pickle."
And how can I make it? How can I make it sketchier? Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon.
Oh man,
Nick's gonna puke. He's just hungover.
Yeah,
and
sorry,
the worst foods ever.
Well, when I was working as a dishwasher and line cook in high school, we had a guy who was on the line who he was just like, he couldn't, if anything had pickles in it, we just had to do it for him because he just had that gag reflex. I'm sure Nick can relate. So us being the assholes that we did, we filled the sanitation bottle on his section with just pickle juice. So whenever he sprayed anything, yeah.
No.
That was a fun time.
That's cruel.
I got stories for days back in the kitchen now that I think about it, but we'll continue here. Okay, I actually have a few picks left on my board. So after I give my fish picks, I've chosen one here.
We'll have honorable mentions. We'll probably talk for another hour about honorable mention picks.
No, mine will be quick. They're three, and you guys might even have some of them there. But I'm going with the giant turkey sandwich from Turkey to Go.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some turkey. Love me some loaded up sandwiches, and I don't know. This just looks outstanding, and this is for me. This is a good last pick because this is like fair food. This is ballpark food. This is American food. Let's fucking go.
I like it. I prefer it over the turkey, the leg personally too. It's just a little, it's messy. It's just, I don't know. I'd rather get that than the leg.
Less work than the leg for sure.
Exactly.
That can be a bit of an exercise,
but less flavor.
Now, Nick, this is a big deal here. Like, you are solely responsible for anything that gets left off the board here.
I know. Yeah, I'm looking. So far, we haven't actually done the roasted corn. That's not there. The Prono Pup has been left off. The fresh cut fries have been left off. So
overrated.
There's some big hitters. However, I am going with this one's catering to me personally. Arguably my favorite thing at the fair. It is the Danielson and Daughters onion rings right outside of the food building. Ooh. They are the best onion rings I've ever had in my entire life. They're very light. They're airy. They're fantastic. So I'm closing up with that thing because those are incredible, and I don't think that many people know about them. So
there you go.
They should.
Yeah.
So just calling himself out for not choosing Pronto Pup, roasted corn on the cob. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I respect it.
What I did is I named them all, so I still kind of get credit for
I think that's worse.
I'm not picking it.
I think that's worse.
Oh, this has been awesome, folks. Hoppy, let's go through our picks one last time.
Yeah, Nick, let's hear yours.
Ooh, let's see. I think I went with egg roll, into mini donut beer, into the gizmo sandwich, into the Danielson and Daughters onion rings.
Boom. Isha.
We got the cheese curds tacos, breakfast gnocchi, caked up by Mankato Brewing, and the giant turkey sandwich.
Love it. Jessi?
I don't remember what I picked. No. I'm like writing them down. I was like, I just deleted them. God damn it.
It's okay. I have them.
Mousetrap cheese curds, corn at the food building, not the roasted corn at the food building. Sorry, guys. People are going to hate me for that, aren't they? They're going to not be thrilled.
I might actually
I'll make it very clear that you did not want the roasted corn.
I mean, it's fine. Got to go to the food building. Get a margarita there, too. It's just whatever. Anyway, so corn at the food building was my number 2. Tootsie Hop, number 3. Nashville hot chicken was 4, right? Or was that my final pick?
That was your 4.
That was number 4. You stole that one from me.
I did. I had to get it before you had your chance.
You know what? We wouldn't have had Danielson and Daughters. So
yeah. God
bless you, Jessi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then for me, Nick, earmuffs for this first one. Fried pickles, Sweet Martha's cookies, but to Jessi's point, caveat, you got to eat that bitch right there on the spot. Yes. No taking that stuff home. Who wants a cold cookie?
Yeah.
Third pick was big fat bacon. And then to pair off of that, number 4 was the maple bacon brown ale from Excelsior Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty great list there, folks.
Yeah, you picked a lot of crowd favorites. I think you're in luck with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're saving.
I don't know how many people know the big fat bacon though. I think that's like, if you know it, you love it. But like a lot of people, like I've mentioned it and they're like, what? So it's just bacon? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
it's not.
You know, this I think this week's going to be a lot closer than the last week's, to be honest.
To balance it too, I feel like my beer is going to get the least interest out of all of the beers listed.